go back, hate the things that you said, 'cause I wish you didn't mean it. Under attack, running far, far away, and I'd rather keep my distance from you. You don't gotta lie to me to get through. Pushing me off into the deep and let's pretend that nothing ever happened on that night.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow.
We will be joining the NCRAA. That means to show that St. Dominic is really making waves now, and we are starting to knock at the doors of this NCAA and UAAP in the very near future.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
The story of St. Dominic College of Asia is a shining example of what a dedicated family is capable of achieving through perseverance, hard work, and cooperation. In 2003, 12 years after the realization of the Dream Hospital, St. Dominic Medical Center in Cavite, St. Dominic College of Arts and Sciences was founded, initially offering programs in caregiving and Bachelor of Science in Nursing in collaboration with SAMC. St. Dominic has evolved into a full-fledged collegiate institution with four schools: School of Health Science Professions, School of Arts Sciences and Education, School of International Hospitality and Tourism Management, and School of Business and Computer Studies. In 2007, the college embarked on an ambitious long-term goal which aims to achieve a university status within the next 20 years. Preparations towards accreditation of the academic programs was pursued in earnest. Rebranding strategies were also explored to make the college more relevant, responsive, and congruent with the current trends and practices of a highly globalized educational system. In 2009, St. Dominic College of Arts and Sciences was officially renamed as St. Dominic College of Asia. The change of name was made to allow the college to grow and provide more room for expansion in its programs and services in the years to come. This change redounds to the benefit of the students, as it will eventually give them positional advantage in the crowded workplace in the competitive world, for its name reflects the global standards the college stands for. Highlights of this academic transformation includes the launch of the Basic Education Unit, and Level 1 accreditation of Business Administration, Information Technology, Education, Psychology, Hospitality Management, and Nursing programs for the Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities Commission and Accreditation in 2014. SDCA continues to strive in achieving excellent service and program offerings. The International Organization for Standardization was awarded to SDCA as a highlight of the 11th founding anniversary. In response with the 2015 ASEAN integration and backed up by our impressive track record in higher education, SDCA reaffirmed our leadership by keeping up with the changes in the Philippine education system. The launch of our progressive and industry-responsive senior high school in 2016. Same year, SDCA Graduate School offered Master in Business Administration and Master of Arts in Psychology, proved to the community indeed walked the talk. Through the leadership of Dr. Nilda W. Balsicas, SDCA is working towards the institutional sustainability accreditation and achieved the PACOCOA Level 3 accreditation in the occasion of SDCA's 15th year in 2018. Another milestone marks the crystal year of the institution as SDCA opened the 11-story Greg Dom Building 3. With the dynamism of SDCA's industry-seasoned faculty and administrators, the institution was able to achieve various recognition in academics. In the areas of linkages, SDCA continues to have strong relationships with industry partners and academic networks. SDCA's vision to become autonomous status is the mission in the years to come, alongside with the efforts to be recognized as center of development. St. Dominic College of Asia continues to accomplish for the past 15 years is a testimony of its core values of service, dynamism, competence, and accountability. Because in St. Dominic College of Asia, we revolutionized education.
Life gives you plenty of choices. So you have to choose the best. At St. Dominic, we give our students the best education they can get and equip them to reach their full potential and fulfill their dreams in their chosen field of expertise. Our education is beyond basic. In preschool, grade school, and junior high school, we instill the necessary foundation of a balanced EQ and IQ quality of education. We set the bar higher and make sure Dominicans excel in every aspect to prepare them well in their life. Parents envision their children to reach their full potential and someday become role models and ideal citizens of our country and even of Asia. This vision has become our mission since St. Dominic was first founded in 2003, and to this day, St. Dominic has mastered the quality of education that we offer from basic education to graduate studies. St. Dominic continuously hones all passionate achievers to become the professionals they dream to become. Because your vision is our mission.
The story of St. Dominic College of Asia is a shining example of what a dedicated family is capable of achieving through perseverance, hard work, and cooperation. In 2003, 12 years after the realization of the Dream Hospital, St. Dominic Medical Center in Cavite, St. Dominic College of Arts and Sciences was founded, initially offering programs in caregiving and Bachelor of Science in Nursing in collaboration with SAMC. St. Dominic has evolved into a full-fledged collegiate institution with four schools: School of Health Science Professions, School of Arts Sciences and Education, School of International Hospitality and Tourism Management, and School of Business and Computer Studies. In 2007, the college embarked on an ambitious long-term goal which aims to achieve a university status within the next 20 years. Preparations towards accreditation of the academic programs was pursued in earnest. Rebranding strategies were also explored to make the college more relevant, responsive, and congruent with the current trends and practices of a highly globalized educational system. In 2009, St. Dominic College of Arts and Sciences was officially renamed as St. Dominic College of Asia. The change of name was made to allow the college to grow and provide more room for expansion in its programs and services in the years to come. This change redounds to the benefit of the students, as it will eventually give them positional advantage in the crowded workplace in the competitive world, for its name reflects the global standards the college stands for. Highlights of this academic transformation includes the launch of the Basic Education Unit, and Level 1 accreditation of Business Administration, Information Technology, Education, Psychology, Hospitality Management, and Nursing programs by the Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities Commission and Accreditation in 2014. SDCA continues to strive in achieving excellent service and program offerings. The International Organization for Standardization was awarded to SDCA as a highlight of the 11th founding anniversary. In response with the 2015 ASEAN integration and backed up by our impressive track record in higher education, SDCA reaffirmed our leadership by keeping up with the changes in the Philippine education system. The launch of our progressive and industry-responsive senior high school in 2016. Same year, SDCA Graduate School offered Master in Business Administration and Master of Arts in Psychology, proved to the community indeed walked the talk. Through the leadership of Dr. Nilda W. Balsicas, SDCA is working towards the institutional sustainability accreditation and achieved the PACOCOA Level 3 accreditation in the occasion of SDCA's 15th year in 2018. Another milestone marks the crystal year of the institution as SDCA opened the 11-story Greg Dom Building 3. With the dynamism of SDCA's industry-seasoned faculty and administrators, the institution was able to achieve various recognition in academics. In the areas of linkages, SDCA continues to have strong relationships with industry partners and academic networks. SDCA's vision to become autonomous status is the mission in the years to come, alongside with the efforts to be recognized as Center of Development. St. Dominic College of Asia continues to accomplish for the past 15 years is a testimony of its core values of service, dynamism, competence, and accountability. Because in St. Dominic College of Asia, we revolutionized education.
Hide me now under your wings. Cover me within your mighty hand. When the oceans rise and thunders roar, I will soar with you above the storm. Father, you are king over the flood. I will be still, though you are God. Rest my soul in Christ alone. Know His love, quietness and trust. When the oceans rise and thunders roar, soar with you above the storm. Father, you are king over the flood. And I will be still and know you are God. I will be still and know you are God. I will be still and know you are God.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys? How everyone's weekend? I hope you're all safe at the comfort of your homes. So, welcome, Dominicans. Welcome to our faculty members and academic council to another interesting webinar series for this day. So, to some of you who don't know, we are actually celebrating World Mental Health Day. It is observed on the 10th of October every year with the overall objective of raising awareness of mental health issues around the world and mobilizing efforts in support of mental health. So, quick background for the World Mental Health Day. It is an international day for the global mental health education, awareness, and advocacy against social stigma and was first celebrated in 1992 at the initiative of the World Federation for Mental Health, a global mental health organization with members and contacts in more than 150 countries. So a Q&A portion will be allotted towards the end of the program. So feel free to type in your questions or share your thoughts at the comment section located at the right side of your screen. By the way, I am Ms. Dana Paulino from the Student Development Office, your today's webinar moderator. So without any further ado, let me introduce to you the focal person for today's webinar series, a graduate of Master of Arts in Education from the Philippine Normal University, and Doctor of Philosophy in School and Community Counseling from De La Salle University, Dasmariñas. Our very own guidance counselor and faculty, Ms. Marina Gamora Skila. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Ma'am Dana. Thank you for that warm introduction. So it is an honor to share about positive emotions and well-being to SDCA students. So let me go directly to my presentation, please. So that's my topic, positive emotions and well-being. Is that possible during times of pandemic? So next slide, please. So let me go directly to the outline of my presentation this afternoon. So I will be discussing about benefits of positive emotions and in the context of pandemic, what are the common responses and challenges? And third, how is our coping mechanism? So, in the context or theory of positive psychology, I have here two coping mechanism, the toxic positivity and genuine positivity. And the last would be tips on how to maintain genuine positivity amidst COVID-19. Next slide, please. So let me start with this frog thing here. So why are frogs so happy? That's the question. And the answer is they eat whatever bugs them. When we say bugs in a literal sense, that pertains to insecto, pulisap. But Webster also stated that bugs, in a more figurative sense, pertains to those things that annoy us, threaten us, irritants. So that means sa Tagalog, ano yung mga nakakabagabag sa atin? Are we like frogs who also eat those that bugs us, that annoys us? Of course, anything that we eat will serve us or can nourish our body. And that is also true in our mental, emotional, and psychological realm or aspect. Next slide, please. So let me focus. I want you to focus, dear student, to four words. We have the frog, the bugs, eat, and happy. So we are clear about what bugs means. So the words that is significant is the it. It is not just swallowing the food. It is a process whereby we taste, we also bite, cut, grind the food, and when we swallow them, that as what I mentioned a while ago, that can nourish our body. That is in the biological aspect. But as what I mentioned, that also true in our psychological, mental, and emotional aspect. So with that, I have here three questions that we will answer during my presentation. So my first question there is: are positive emotions an event or a process? Are positive emotion spontaneously happen or it undergo a process? So next, can we impose positive emotion to ourselves and others? Like, for instance, we said that be positive, stay positive, kaya mo yan. Those are the imposition of positive emotions. And of course, the last one is the last in my question, are imposed positive emotion, do they contribute positively or negatively to our well-being? Okay, so next slide, please. So let me start with the benefits of positive emotions. So number one, people who have plenty of positive emotions in their everyday lives tend to be happier, that's the emotional side, healthier, the biological, learn better, that's the cognitive, and get along well with others, that's the social aspect, meaning those who have positive emotions significantly affect almost all areas of their lives. Okay, next is that positive emotion is positively correlated with longevity or long life. So if we have more positive emotion, that predicts longer life. That is a study conducted by Donner 2001. Ang mga subject niya diyan mga nuns. So these nuns are, they collected yung mga autobiographies, mga write-ups nila when they were 25 years old. And then, sinundan nila yan when they were 75 years old until 90 years old. And they found out na these nuns had more positive emotions. And with that, the conclusion of the research that I think is a longitudinal research, they found out that there is positive correlation. So magkaugnay ang positive emotions sa matagal na buhay or mahabang buhay. Also, positive emotion increases life satisfaction. So we have yung strong sense of fulfillment in life if we have positive emotion. So Pagusyan, he stated that generally emotions have a profound, malalim yung effect in our overall health and wellness. So malalim yung effect talaga ng positive emotions. Not only positive emotion, of course, but negative emotions as well. So next slide, please. So I have here list of positive emotions. This is um, given by Frederickson almost more than 1 decade ago. She's a researcher of positive emotions for a decade. Then she identified 10 positive emotions. Okay, so let me enumerate: love, awe, inspiration, interest, amusement, hopes, serenity or being peaceful, gratitude when we are always thankful, joy, and pride. Okay, next slide, please. So, I want to say again that both positive emotions and negative emotions have a profound effect in our overall health and well-being. So, such being the case, so next slide, please. This is, oh, okay, the next po, next. So if there's a profound effect in our well-being and overall health, I think there's a need for emotional literacy, because if we are talking about mental health, we are talking about emotional literacy. That means educating the young generations to be more literate or educated in their emotion. So that will promote mental health if we know our emotions. So I have here the word ruler. These are areas of emotion that each one of us must be educated. So, by the way, this is paralleled with other author paralleled emotional literacy with that David Goleman's emotional intelligence. But emotional literacy is the process of educating people to be more aware of their emotions. So not just aware, but these are the five. Recognizing emotion. Do you recognize your, if you recognize emotions of others, that's an indication that you are able to recognize your own emotion and understand our emotion. To understand meaning, we must know where our emotions are coming from. Without knowing where they are coming from, saan nanggagaling ang emotions mo? Hindi mo yon maintindihan. Kailangan malaman mo yon. Childhood ba yon? Sa mga offense, lalo na mga negative, you should know where they are coming from. Labeling your emotions. Hindi mo alam, love na pala yon. You need to put label to your emotion so that you will not be mystified. Hindi misteryo yung nararamdaman mo. Kaya you need to know more about different emotions, the intensity, the positive emotion, what else? Emotions that are contradictory. And of course, the letter E of emotional literacy is expressing emotions. This is very, very important. Without expression of our emotion, don't you know that we are violating the essence or nature of emotions. Because emotions is from the word emovir, meaning to come out. Emotions are meant to be expressed. And of course, the last is R, regulating emotions, meaning this enable us to give balance to extremes emotion. Nire-regulate natin. Halimbawa, yung masyadong shifting of emotion. Ngayon, galit, maya-maya natawa. So, that there is what you call emotional lability. Masyadong labil. So, baka may problem that you need to address in your emotions if that is too labile. So, yung frequent shifting and extreme shifting of emotions, that's an indication that there's something wrong with your emotion. You need to regulate that. Kaya ang daming topic sa emotion. Merong, are you over controlling, under controlling your emotions? The emotion focus, the problem focus emotion. So there's a need for emotional literacy if we really want to promote mental health of each one of us. So next slide, please. So, given that need for emotional literacy and nature of emotion, during pandemic, these are the emotional responses, common emotional responses, and also challenges that we face and still facing because we're still under pandemic. So this is not mine. I'll just add some emotions here. I got this from a mentor. So, but again, I add some emotions here. So, according to him, month of February, there is this anxiety due to uncertainty. So, our question, this is really my question during that time. What is this? How do we deal with this? Or referring to coronavirus and lots of unknown. So, there's this um, anxiety due to uncertainty. Then the start of lockdown, we are adjusting. Still, we have that feeling, and until now, June to October, we have their anxiety because um, we don't know where the pandemic will end. The extension of ECQ, GCQ, we have their anxiety due to uncertainty. This reminds me of what Professor Randy David said. That's why we have this strong feeling of uncertainty, and the corresponding feeling is anxiety. It's because, according to him, Filipino has what he called low resonance level, meaning we don't have memory of a pandemic. That's why we don't know how to deal with that. Okay, so unlike other countries like Singapore, I even watched the speech of Lee Kuan Yew, how they deal the virus, I guess during 2008 or 9. So they know how to deal. Taiwan as well. So they have a actual experience of pandemic. That's why they are better adjusted. Month of May, as you can see, there's depression, anxiety. That's another emotional response, depression. That's because it's quite long already. Um, the the external stimulation are all absent. We cannot go to the place we want to go. We cannot meet people we want to meet with. So with that, the our stimulation is more on of the internal. So um, naturally, parang automatic, the negative thoughts come out. Parang if you have unresolved issues, they started to bother you. That's during month of May. And June to October, we have still anxiety, depression. Then we also heard and saw lots of suicide because there's no one to attend to to people who have probably pre-existing condition, so they commit suicide. Also, boredom. Even the introverts complain that they are bored. Uh, the gadgets, watching Netflix and all, no longer suffice them, no longer entertain them, and they feel bored. And the start of we start the class started September, I guess. Yeah, late August, and now I can see lots of students who are stressed because of pressure, demands of the academics, and not just academics, other matters like um, their tasks in their respective home, so that gives them stress. Okay, so these are the common emotional response and challenges that we face and still facing at present. Okay, so next slide, please. So, in relation to, of course, I shared some negative emotions already. This is again by Barbara Fredrickson. She came up with the so-called positivity ratio. Positivity ratio, according to Fredrickson, is this. When you experience more positive emotion than negative one, the ratio is 3 is to 1. 3 positive and 1 negative. If that is your emotion, you can enter an upward spiral of growth. Meaning, pataas yung spiral mo, growth. Kaya hindi dapat na-outweigh ang positive emotions. Kailangan mas maraming positive emotions. At if you have more negative emotion, it's not upward spiral but downward spiral. So ito na yung start that you will develop sorry for this, clinical disorder. Ano yan eh, parang foreseeable if you will not deal with too much positive emotions in your life. So that's the positivity ratio by Barbara Fredrickson. I do hope you are one by one addressing the the negative emotion, so that you will have an upward spiral growth, not a downward spiral growth. Kasi alam nyo, pag dumadami siya, baka maging pathological yung condition, makadevelop ng disorder. Kaya once you assess that you have more negative emotions than positive, you need to do something about it. Okay, so next slide, please. So, I have here in the context of positive psychology, we need to, I need to align with the theoretical aspect, since we're talking about positive emotions and well-being. Of course, the mechanism is in line with that positive psychology theoretical perspective. So I identified here toxic positivity and genuine positivity as coping mechanisms. So you always probably always read about post about toxic positivity. I oftentimes see that in Facebook, in other social media. So first, let me orient you with the nature of what toxic positivity is. Next slide, please. So that's it. Our first coping mechanism is the so-called toxic positivity. So it is defined as the overgeneralization of a happy, optimistic state that results in the denial minimization and invalidation of the authentic human emotional experience. So indeed, there is a downside of being too positive. Somehow we become blind to reality if we are overgeneralizing happy and optimistic state. Also, if you want to remember toxic positivity, the words are denial. You deny the existence of positive emotion. You minimize, you lessen, and you invalidate the authentic human emotional experience. So this reminds me of a case that I read. This is about couple, yung kanyang husband ay untimely namatay sa accident. During wake, um, she appeared to be good in coping. Uh, she even comfort other members of the family. In short, parang napaka-resilient niya. Ang bilis niyang nag-bounce back sa tragic experience, yung losing, your loved one, untimely. Sabi nga ni Donald Oldingham, yung death, that's very unfamiliar. That's unfamiliar. We do not like death. Our brain cell reacts tremendously with the presence of death. We do not want unfamiliar. That's very unfamiliar. Yet, as you can see, yung wife, ay mukhang ano siya, mas adjusted siya. But you know what happened? After the wake, siya yung nagka-nervous breakdown. Kasi there's denial of or her emotional experience. Okay? So that's the danger. So next slide, please. So these are some of the statement of toxic positivity. This is concretization of what toxic positivity is. So when people say stay positive, just relax, love yourself, it's not that bad. Think about happy thoughts. What have you got to be sad about? So these people are, I think they are trying to help the person, giving quick comfort, or they really want instant parang help to the person to feel better. But that's toxic positivity. You let the person deny or minimize, invalid her feelings. Tandaan natin pag emotion. Sa'yo yan eh. It's yours. It's personal. Subjective yan. No one has the right to question your emotion, to minimize your emotion. And yung picture na yan, the dog, there's already a fire, pero sabi niya, this is fine. That's overgeneralization of happy and optimism. You will not see the danger if you are too positive. Kaya yung mga negative emotion, they also serve their own purpose. For instance, fear. Because we fear, we become more protective of ourselves. And research indicated that toxic positivity does not contribute to our well-being. In fact, it reduces our well-being. Okay, so next slide, please. So, on the contrary, these are the essence of what genuine positivity is. Okay? First, genuine positivity is grounded. When we say grounded, you are well informed. You are grounded because you do not deny the existence of both positive and negative emotions. That's grounded. If it is not grounded, your emotion, it's not genuine positivity. It's not positive at all. Okay? So I do hope grounded is, grounded means stable. An emotion which is genuine, recognized the presence of both positive and negative emotions. Genuine positivity understand and cares. So you know where the feeling is coming from. Without understanding, it will be difficult for you to care. If you offer an instant solution to alleviate the negative emotion of the person, you do not understand her. Although I'm not saying that um, stating positive, words to another person is bad. I'm not saying that. It helps to others, but not to all. I really do. It helps, but not to all. But in the context of education or emotional literacy, we need to let the person um, express his or her emotion for that person to understand and give care to others. And contrary to toxic positivity, it recognizes, accepts, validates negative emotions. Kasi mahirap no? Pag nagsabi tayo ng negative emotion, that is being perceived as a sign of weakness. And that's why we do not want to be perceived as weak. So we hide them. We hide our negative emotions. But don't you know that if you are expressing negative emotion and people did not listen to you, he or she is validating your emotion. And in my readings, one therapy called dialectic behavior therapy, that is a cruel emotional abuse when we are being invalidated our emotions. But genuine positivity recognizes, accepts, validates. That's a valid emotion. There's reason for that emotion. And also, we do not enter the validation and all. We also encourages help-seeking behavior. So if you no longer contain your negative emotion, that's the time you need to seek help to address your negative emotion. And as a result, the genuine positivity gives hope and validation. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, I have here the comparison of what toxic positivity and genuine positivity. In toxic positivity, it says that stop being so negative. But in genuine positivity, it's pretty normal to have some negativity in our situation now. That's recognizing that negativity is normal. Diba? So, may nababasa tayong post, may magagawa ba kung mag-worry ka? May reason talaga na kaya nagwo-worry. So, but then again, I'm not saying it's wrong. It helps to other people, but not to all people. So, in toxic positivity, failure is an option. It's very tough, ano? So, parang we deny the truth that failure is inevitable. Hindi maiwasan ng failure. Walang taong hindi nag-fail. In genuine positivity, failure is part of growth. Di ba, welcoming siya na ang failure contributes to our growth because it enables us to realize our shortcomings. And third, always look at the bright side of life. Paano nga kung may dark side, like pandemic? i-avoid na ba yun? So that's denial, ano? So in genuine positivity, it can be difficult to see the good in this situation, but we'll make sense of it when we can. So, di ba, nag-a-affirm siya na, ano, oo, naintindihan ko na dark yung nakikita mo, pero we'll make sense of that later on. It's normal to feel and see the dark side of life. And buti na express, 'di ba, na may dark side yung life. Mahalaga yun na i-express talaga. Na be-ventilate, that's very important. And in toxic positivity, it could be worse, but everything happened for a reason. Okay naman yan, ano, pero baka may ma-blame when we say, but everything happened for a reason. Tama rin naman yun, ano, but then that's instantaneous giving of credit. Okay? And we do not question that. Again, it helps to other, but not to everybody. Sometimes we experience bad things. How can I support you? So very encouraging and yun nga, validating and all. That's the difference between the two. So next slide, please. So the question now is, how can we maintain genuine positivity? These are some of my personal. I apply this in my personal life. Okay, I stated here that more gratitude, less negative attitude. Okay, so gratitude will shift us to a higher frequency, and you will attract much better things. So this is actually a research of and a counseling treatment provided by a counselor in Hong Kong. So I just forgot to write the name, but this is not entirely mine. So under gratitude and kindness activities, so it would maintain our positivity if we utter, not just utter thanks and gratitude, but even in our journal, no, let's have noted gratitude or thanks um, for the day, for the simple things that we receive. Ayun, count your blessings, counting acts of kindness, and doing acts of kindness. Baka sa isang araw magawan ka ng mabuti. Ano yon? That will add to your maintaining your genuine positivity. Okay? That's number one, more gratitude, less negative attitude. Okay, next slide, please. Now, number two is focus on the things I can control rather than those outside of my control. So, hindi ko na binabother, ito personal ko rin to, hindi ko na binabother yung sarili ko sa mga bagay na wala akong control. Yun lang, nasa circle of control ko. Para, I stated there, focusing on things I cannot control can be overwhelming. It can make my mind unpeaceful and my life miserable. So yun lang kaya kong i-control. I control yung physical setup in my family. Yun ba, yung mapipil mo na safe ka. Pero yung ibang rant tungkol sa gobyerno, medyo we need to see the good and the bad. Tsaka yung hindi natin makontrol. Maraming nagagalit. Hindi na ako nakikigalit. Hindi ko naman makokontrol yun no? So, you focus on the things I can control. Kasi yung mga nakokontrol ka mo, may control ka, mas powerful ka doon. You can govern it well. Pero yung outside of your control, you don't have, you can't do anything about it. Mababother ka lang at magiging miserable. So, number three, next slide, please. Yan. This is also one activity, or I really give time to this. Finding meaning in what we do. Kahit wala yung pandemic, dumarating naman tayo sa point na parang my life is a humdrum. Parang paikot-ikot lang ako, di ba? So yung mga bagay na that will put meaning to our self, ginagawa ko yun watching, for instance, a very good film. Sabi nga ng anak ko, sabi ko kasi, ang ganda naman ng film, sabi ng anak ko, anong maganda dyan na puro usapan. Kasi ano nga, no, alam niyo yung mga young people, yung ating mga student, ano yan talagang yung happy seeking sila They want fast, rapid film, yung fast track ba, ganun. Pero yung mga usapan, yung pala yung meaningful. Kasi we are meaning-seeking creature. Sabi yan ng existentialist na si Irvin Yalom. Pag nararamdaman mo na yon, ano yung pwede mong gawin? Meaningful sa'yo. Like for instance, reading a book or reaching out a friend can add to your positive emotions and to your well-being as well. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so let me go back to our questions. Why are frogs so happy? The first question then that we must answer is, are positive emotions an event or a process? So the answer is, it is both an event and a process. If we want quality positive emotions, time is a factor. We need to process them. We need to really figure out, we need to label our emotions like that. It is a process. Can we impose positive emotion to ourselves and others? We cannot impose. If we impose positive emotion like be happy, that's superficial. That person could not sustain the experience of positive emotion. Like for instance, happiness, lalo na pag yung tranquility or being peaceful, talagang ano yan Bago ka mag-arrive sa tranquility, you need to process the existence of both positive and negative emotions. Are imposed positive emotion contribute positively or negatively to our well-being? Sorry, but research said that it reduces our well-being. Okay, so next slide, please. So, and the answers for those questions are backed up by Broden and Bill theory of Fredrickson. She's the one I told you is doing research about positive emotion for a decade. So as you can see, there's positive emotions, it broaden and build our well-being. So if we have, so let me read the definition given by Fredrickson. It posits that micro moments of positivity accumulate over time. So maliliit lang, put people on a trajectory of growth and greater well-being. Pero huwag niyong pipilitin kung talaga may negative, hindi niyo ma-resolve, you ask for somebody to help you articulate your emotions, your negative emotions. Ang ganda, di ba? Sa araw-araw na meron tayong positive emotion like expression of gratitude, kindness, joy, in small things, it will grow then. Nag-accumulate. And it will build greater well-being. Research-based yan, kaya maniniwala tayo na ang malaki at stable na well-being, greater well-being, nag-start sa maliit na positive emotions that we experience and we maintain. Okay, next slide, please. So this one is by Zeno of Cittium. He is a Stoic philosopher. Alam niyo yung mga philosopher na Stoic, naku, grabe ang well-versed yan. They are so emotionally literate. I remember when I was young and I also experienced so much pain in my personal life. As far as I remember, I'm reading Stoicism. Diba? So, and according to Zeno, positive emotions and well-being are attained. Diba? Ito, from great philosopher, no? Attained by what? Little and little. And nevertheless, is no little thing itself. And of course, we agree with that, no? Supported din yan ni Frederickson na yung little and little is no little thing itself. Kasi the positive emotions and well-being are what we are and who we are. Yan yung countenance na nakikita sa atin ng ibang tao. Kaya it's no little thing itself. Kaya mas younger kayo, mas umpisahan nyo na. So remember the research of the nuns, 25 years old, nakitaan na sila ng mga write-ups na sila ay maraming positive emotion. And they carry that in their old age. Kasi binalikan sila nung 75 years old. Also when they reach 90 years old. Diba? So nag-start yung positive natin, emotion. Younger tayo, huwag nang matanda. Baka madedefeat yung longevity. Kasi di ba mas maraming emotions, you will die before your time. So if you want to live longer, have more positive emotions. Next slide, please. That's it. Are you sad? Are you in pain? Are you worrying, anxious, depressed? Let us learn from the frogs. Why are frogs so happy? They eat whatever bugs them. Kinakain ang mga bumabagabag. At yung mga bumabagabag na yan, kapag napag-isipan at pumunta sa ating sistema, nilunok natin, magiging source sila ng ating kalakasan, ng ating well-being. With that, have a healthier, stronger mental health to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Kila, for sharing us that topic. Positive emotions and well-being is possible during this time of pandemic. Ayan. So I'm sure marami talagang nakarelate. Marami din kasi nag-struggle na tao. Mentally struggles, no? Mental struggles, madaming nakaranas ng ganyan sa pandemic na to. Pero yun nga, kailangan nating i-recognize, i-understand, i-label, express, and regulate our emotions, whether it be positive or negative. So we are now opening the floor for questions. If you have questions, you may type in your questions at the comment section. To our attendees. All right, if there are no longer questions, once again, we thank you, Ma'am Kila, for being with us today, for sharing this very interesting topic. And for the upcoming webinars announcements, we will be posting on our Facebook page, so stay tuned. We still have a lot of webinars coming, And like what I said before, continue to allot your time to this important topics, webinar series na talagang marami tayong matututunan. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for streaming with us. And hope to see you again on our next webinar.